This episode I want to dedicate to the memory of the great game show host Alex Trebeck. He was an awesome guy. Even more recently, there are a lot of memes calling him the Cat Daddy Trebeck, or ladies really just saying how handsome a man he was back in the day with his perm and his mustache. But if you grew up with a grandma like I did, or just a mother period, or anyone for that matter, you watched a lot of Jeopardy growing up. Great parodies of Jeopardy were done on SNL, whether it be Alex Trebeck and Sean Connery, who are probably playing Jeopardy in heaven right now, all the way to the Black Jeopardy being done by Kenan Thompson. Jeopardy was a long-standing household pastime to watch, and unfortunately, Alex Trebeck lost his battle to cancer. He will be sorely missed. So we got to talk about it here. This is by no means a political show in any sense. But the fact that this episode number is a reverse of the number 45, we have thrown down a big reverse card, 245, a big reverse card to red. And now our 46th president is none other than Joe Biden. And an even bigger shout out to our new vice president, Kamala Harris. It's a good feeling. I'll say that. It just feels like we have now been freed from this reign of terror. Say what you want, but I, for one, am absolutely and undoubtedly happier that Donald Trump is no longer president. What we do from here going forward is up to us. The race may be over, but the race is far from over, if that makes any sense. Ladies and gentlemen, blurs and nerds, freaks and geeks, live from DYSG Studios, this is Do You Speak Geek, episode 54. Welcome, people, once again. This is Do You Speak Geek. I am your host, Nix, and man, this is a good day. Good day to be waking up and doing the podcast for you guys. If you just joined us for the first time, welcome. If you're an avid listener, welcome back. Thanks to everyone who has been rocking with me so far, listening to the podcast, watching the videos. I had my first video hit over 100 views recently. And man, I gotta tell you, it's a great feeling. I don't know how you other content creators feel. It may be kind of normal for you to have over 100 views on a video, but for a first time, man, I'll say it feels amazing. It feels pretty damn good. And I just want to say thanks to everyone. Thanks to all of the people out there who've been rocking with me so far. Y'all are my family. Forget fans. Y'all are my family. I appreciate y'all so much. And I just want to say thank you to each and every single one of you. For those who listen to the podcast, you can catch me on Spreaker. Spreaker is the home team where you can listen to all the episodes of Do You Speak Geek. Also, other major podcast outlets like Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Podbean. We're kind of everywhere. So check us out wherever you get a chance. DoYouSpeakGeek.com, the home place, the central hub for everything DYSG. Please go check those out. We got blogs coming soon and other photos and just other great things coming to the website. So be sure to keep your eyes peeled on that website. Also, follow us on the social medias. Facebook at DYSGFB. Twitter at Twitter at DYSG_tweets. and Instagram at Do You Speak Geek. YouTube is the place where you can find the Donald and Daddy Show. We have a latest video out where we did a versus. It was Batman versus the Mandalorian. Prep time, who would win? So be sure to go check that out. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. Be sure to like the videos. Hulk, smash that bell for all notifications and leave your comments. We want to know what you guys think. I wouldn't say a big episode, but a little bigger than they have been here recently. So let's get right into it. You know what we do about this time, people. Let's speak geek.
Suit up.
I wanna be the very best.
Talk nerdy to me.
All right, y'all. So over the horizon, we have the release of the next gen consoles, PS5 and the Xbox Series. Now, let's go ahead and go over everything we need to know about these two consoles so far and what you need to know about getting your hands on one. Let's start with the Xbox Series. We have the Xbox Series X and the Xbox Series S. The release date is going to be the 10th of November. If you're listening to this today, which will be tomorrow. True 4K Series S is at 1440p, up to 120 flops per second, credited to the AMD Zen 2 and the RDNA 2. 8K high dynamic range with DirectX with ray tracing. 3D spatial sound. The quick resume feature, which is probably to me the best feature of the Xbox. It lets you pick up your game exactly where you left off. That's an amazing feature to me. 16 gigabyte GDDR6 memory with a 1 terabyte internal and expandable Seagate storage that's detachable. The Series S has half the internal storage, so keep that in mind when you're going to pick a system. 12 teraflops processing power. The Series S has 4. Smart delivery. Now you can buy a supported game once and always have that best available version for whatever console you play on, whether it be the Xbox One or the Series X or S. Full, complete, backwards compatibility for everything from the Xbox One. Now, when you're picking up your titles or picking up your game systems, the Series X is going to run you $499, so about $500 plus tax, and the Series S will be $299 after some taxes. $299, $300. You get the picture. Launch titles are going to be somewhere around the range of a few here. We have Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Dead by Daylight, Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition, Forza Horizon 4, Gears 5, NBA 2K21, Just Dance 2021, Sea of Thieves, Tetris Effect Connected, Watch Dogs Legion, and Yakuza Like a Dragon. Xbox Series is going to be a pretty heavy contender. A lot of reviews have come out. It's an amazing system, and I, while not a Xbox guy, cannot deny the awesomeness of this system. Now the PS5, that release date is going to be 2 days later. You also have the different versions, whether it be the PS5 standard or the PS5 digital edition. 4K gaming, up to 120 flops per second with 120 hertz output, HDR TV support, and 8K output to play games on your for your 4320 frame per second display. Backwards compatibility with an extremely short list of titles that will not work. It's very far too to even make it a thing, because it's pretty much all the big titles that you want to play are going to be available to play on the standard edition. Upgrade to PS5 games. Of course, the PS5 console will also give game publishers the ability to let players upgrade their disc and digital PS4 games to digital PS5 games. So, just like with the Xbox Series X, you buy a game once and you got it for both systems. Tempest 3D audio tech. For the controller, we have haptic feedback, adaptive triggers, and a built-in mic for the DualSense controller. It's probably the most impressive thing about the PS5. The best thing about this PS5, whether it be the standard or the digital, that the specs for both are identical. The standard is going to be the $499 price, and the digital is going to be $399. So if backwards compatibility is not a big deal breaker for you, save yourself $100 and get that digital. Launch titles are going to include Spider-Man Miles Morales and the Spider-Man Remastered Edition, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Borderlands 3, Dirt 5, Man-Eater, NBA 2K21, Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition, Watch Dogs Legion. And of course we have the PS Plus collection of launch games for classic and best sellers from the PS4, Batman Arkham Knight, Days Gone, God of War, Fallout 4, Mortal Kombat 10, Battlefield 1, Persona 5, Uncharted 4, A Thief's End, and Resident Evil 7. Now, PlayStation has also confirmed that all launch day sales of the PlayStation 5 will be online only. That means that interested parties will not, in fact, be able to visit a brick and mortar store on the day of launch and pick one up. Online orders will continue like normal, and folks that have pre-ordered for in-store pickup should still be able to grab those under whatever protocols the specific retailer has in place, like appointment times perhaps. The reason given for the significant change, of course, is COVID-19. So people, the reviews of this one are also great. Whatever you decide to get, make an informed decision. Personally, I have given up the hopes of getting one at all this year. But as far as for the channel and for the podcast, I could really use an unboxing. So if you're out there and you're listening, if you get one on launch day, whether it be the Xbox or the PS5, holla at your boy. I would love to do an unboxing video for you and see how you feel on the first take of your next gen system. Let's jump into my favorite portion of the show, Source Wall.
Man, you come right out of a comic book.
Behold the Source Wall.
Can you read, my son?
Well, that depends.
There is nothing wrong with reading a story and looking at the pictures.
Enough said, Stan. Let's jump right into it. The pull list this week, we have crossover number 1. Imagine everything you thought was fantasy was real. Now join us in a world where reality is dead and anything is possible. The creative powerhouses behind the best-selling, critically acclaimed God Country, Thanos Wins, and Redneck reunites for the biggest launch of the year. Great book. It was definitely the DYSG pull Source Wall Wednesday pick. And guys, please check this out. It is mind-blowing. We have Mighty Morphin number 1. Who is the new Green Ranger, and are they friend or foe? Superstar writer Ryan Parrott and rising star artist Marco Rena send the Mighty Morphin team on a collision course with an even deadlier Lord Zed, who has a new mission and a new motivation, one that will change everything you thought you knew about our heroes. But even if the Mighty Morphin team can find a way to survive Zed and their mysterious new enemies, they may discover the greatest threat to their future is the shocking secret of Zordon's past. Check this one out, y'all. It's a part 2, or it's a continuation of what they're doing as far as relaunching. There's 2 books. There's Mighty Morphin and there's Power Ranger, which is next week. I'll probably be picking that one for our self-wall pick. Tales of the Dark Multiverse, Batman Hush number 1. Following the smash success of last year's Tales of the Dark Multiverse series, DC returns with 5 new tales that explore dark, twisted timelines, spinning out of some of DC's most iconic stories. It begins this time with the story that kicked off the modern day era for Batman, Hush. The landmark story includes Bruce Wayne's childhood friend Tommy Elliott as he tried to destroy the Dark Knight. But what if Tommy had ruined Bruce's life when they were children? Tommy Elliott grew up to be the Dark Prince of Gotham City with the help of Talia al Ghul, Oswald Cobblepot, Harvey Dent, and Jason Todd. But vengeance is coming in the form of Batman the Silenced, who will tear Tommy's life apart. This one was fun to read, I'll admit. It was dark, but it was fun. And finally, we have Wolverine, Black, White, and Blood number 1. Logan, Patch, Weapon X, Wolverine. The mysterious mutant has gone by many names and lived many different lives. Now experience all new untold tales of the best there is through the lens of an all-star cast of creators in the unadulterated black and white format with a healthy splash of blood red all over. Return to the Weapon X program with Jerry Duggan and Adam Kubert and a new revelation from Wolverine's Shattered Memories. Join Matthew Rosenberg and Joshua Cassara on an explosive deep cover spy mission from Wolverine's association with Nick Fury. Head into the wilds with writer-artist Declan Shavley as Logan finds himself in the crossfire of a deadly trap. This is the one you've been waiting for, bub. 3 good stories in one book. Please check this one out when you get an opportunity to. I guarantee you, if you're a Wolverine fan, you will not be disappointed. I wasn't, because I love the old Canuck head. We're going to take a quick commercial break, pay some bills, and we'll be right back with more DYSG. Welcome back to the ride, ladies and gentlemen. Let's watch this.
Watch this, y'all. Thunder. Thunder. Thunder.
Lannister always pays his debts.
Whoa, dude. I am the villain of the story.
All right, in TV and movie news, Hilarie Burton has been cast as Negan's wife, Lucille. The Walking Dead has found its Lucille, not the Bat, but the real Lucille. Negan's wife will be portrayed by Hilarie Burton, guest starring in one of the additional 6 episodes coming to AMC in early 2021. Burton is the real-life wife to the Negan actor Jeffrey Dean Morgan, and the two have already begun working on an episode together in Georgia. AMC exclusively confirmed the casting to comicbook.com, as Burton will be billed as a guest star for her work with the AMC series. Fans of the Walking Dead comic, which the AMC zombie series is based on, likely have an accurate picture of what to expect. So if you're a fan of that comic book, please be sure to check that out. I think it's kind of interesting that they have cast Jeffrey Dean Morgan's real wife to play his wife on the show. It's kind of a cool thing to watch here. I mean, I know if I was on a series, I want my own wife to play my wife. Similar to how at one point, I guess, in Ali, Jada Pinkett was a love interest or a wife to Will Smith's Ali. So I think it's kind of interesting to see that. It's pretty dope to watch that play out. So hopefully she does a good job, and we'll all be thrilled to see the real Lucille. Now this one's kind of sad. Johnny Depp drops out of the Fantastic Beasts franchise. Johnny Depp, who played Grindelwald in the first 2 Fantastic Beasts films, has officially resigned from the role for any future installments, following the ongoing abuse allegations between himself and actress Amber Heard. Warner Brothers has announced the role of Grindelwald will be recast. The announcement came from Depp himself in a personal letter on Instagram where he said, "I have been asked to resign by Warner Brothers from my role as Grindelwald in Fantastic Beasts, and I have respectfully and agreed to that request." It's a kind of messed up situation. I have not been following this story at all. When someone actually told me, so what really went down with Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, and then they told me, I was like, oh, well, that sucks. That's kind of messed up. But it's sad to see that someone left the role for crazy, just malicious reasons. But hopefully they will find someone to fill those shoes, and everything will work out just fine for the series. We wish Johnny Depp the best. We wish Amber Heard the best. Yes, I said it. We wish her the best as well. And hopefully everything will work out between those two, and whether they are separate lives or whatever. But hopefully the movie doesn't suffer because Johnny Depp left the scene. They'll cast someone probably just as dope, if not doper, than Johnny Depp. But we'll see. I mean, you can't really do too much doper than Johnny Depp. I mean, it's Johnny Depp. I mean, come on. Anyway, let's jump into Thumb Life.
Peace, love, and video games!
It's on like Donkey Kong.
Batman is playing Galaga.
All right, gamers. Nothing really, not too much here. I kind of covered a lot of gaming stuff in the first bit of the show, but I do have one story. Now, fresh off of Full Gear, by the way, AEW's Full Gear was amazing. Probably their best pay-per-view to date. The classic tag team match, just everything else was. The pay-per-view was pretty epic. Let's just say that. However, in gaming news, AEW Games has an event on the 10th, same day as the release of the Xbox Series X. The newly announced subdivision for All Elite Wrestling made its first announcement this past Monday event by declaring that they'll have a brand opening of their new official subsidiary. It's called AEW Games. The event will be AEW Games 1.0 and will air live on YouTube at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. No details of the event were given at the time, though fans expect some sort of an announcement about AEW's first wrestling video game that will take place during the event. Details about what the first game will look like have been sparse, though the company's executive vice presidents Cody Rhodes, Kenny Omega, and the Young Bucks have previously teased working with Aki Corporation, now Sin Sophia, the developers behind classic wrestling games such as WWF No Mercy and the WCW NWO series. Hopefully this is what we've all been waiting for as far as this game. We didn't get a WWE 2K21 this year, and that's kind of sad. The last one was just so glitchy and horrible. I guess they're trying to rebuild and rebrand, maybe even have a new publisher. But if AEW comes out swinging with Aki Corporation, man, I mean, me personally, I think the best wrestling game ever. Some may say, Here Comes the Pain. I say it was WWF No Mercy. But neither answer is wrong. And if they have got their hands on a partnership with them, even the ref, Aubrey Edwards, is a game developer. So with her on the scene, hopefully working alongside with the great Kenny Omega, who is a hell of a gamer himself, this game should be amazing, and I can't wait to see what happens. I'll definitely be watching the live event. Be sure you do the same. Well, that's the show, people. So as usual about this time, y'all already know, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Please, follow the content, subscribe to the content, watch the content, like the content. Tell me what you think about the content. Check out the website, doyouspeakgeek.com. Follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Please subscribe and check out the YouTube channel. As always, live to play to win to live. I speak geek. Do you speak geek?